Headed to Moose Lake down there in that hole. I've just crossed the Montana-Idaho divide north of Twin Lakes, and I'm in Idaho, headed down the trail. Second crossing of Moose Creek, going to the west side of the creek, and that shows we followed the east side. Interesting. That is Moose Creek. And this is one of the many footbridges across little tributaries on the trail. Many of them. Some major work. I don't think we're too far from the lake. I got one of these wilderness deer. Mule deer, I believe. No, it's a whitetail. They're up here. She. That's a whitetail. This is looking east. From the looks of the country here, I'd say I'm getting fairly close to the lake. This is looking west. Snow sliding here. It's a beautiful meadow. Goes all the way across the creek. North, hellacious windstorm come up right up this canyon. It's like probably a couple years ago. Looks like for a couple miles it blew down. I'm looking south now. Blew down a whole big swath. Many of them very good-sized trees. Huge trees, some of them. Go back north. Looking north again. I think the lake's right over in that hole against those rocks. I think it's a big beautiful meadow. And here you can get a pretty good idea. I'm looking east, swinging back north. You see these trees, it's like somebody mowed them down with a mowing machine. That's that pound of rocks up there that I've been to before up on the Montana-Idaho divide. You see it from down in Lost Horse. There 2 or 3 times. Came from that way. Reconnoitering. I think I went a little past the lake. It's right up in there, that ways. I guess that's why they call it Moose Lake. north or southeast. It's a peak up above the Twin Lakes there. And this is a lake, and it ain't much of a lake. A lot of moose just get up in there though. Been in there a lot too. The interesting thing about this lake is Moose Creek doesn't even go through it. I had to cross Moose Creek on a stinking log. I think I will take my break, eat my lunch up the trail. As you can see, there's not much here except mosquitoes and horseflies and other kind of bugs. I sit over there on a rock, I'll be fine, but there ain't no other place. So, Budget Lake, I think, is right over that ridge. Looking north, west. Looking, that's east, I'm sorry. Looking northeast. And looking north here. This is the kind of stuff I had to wade through. There's no trail. Come to a hole that was just about as deep as I was. If I'd have taken another step, I'd have had to climb out of that bigger. The creek is right over there in those trees. Right down through there. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Looking north now, that's Blodgett Peak up there. More last picture of the moose before I leave this interesting lake. Worth a hike, but here's Moose Creek looking north. There's plenty of logs. Finding the one that doesn't shake is interesting. This is the one I come across on, the one I'll take back. It's only just a few yards from the lake. It doesn't even go in the lake. That's what's a little bit confusing in finding it, because you just think the creek's going to be part of the lake. The trail, I'm looking north right there. The trail is that way looking west. And getting to it's fun. Hope I don't fall in. Well, I didn't fall in. Lake's right over against the rocks, starting with the last trees you see there. And this is Moose Creek. Looking west, I gotta find my way through that jungle to the trail, which is interesting, as I have to crawl through that deadfall we mentioned before. Back to the trail. Some of the biggest Indian corn, as they call it. Never seen this, really big stuff. And here is the greatest danger to the hiker. Arrgh. I hope you can see the huckleberry. Grass is so tall here you can't hardly see the trail. This is the kind of grass the horses like too. Looking north from where I came from, I'm on the divide dropping into, I'm now in Montana, just barely. And, you know, there's one of the Twin Lakes down there, the upper one. Hang gliders. Looking up at Wahoo Pass from Upper Twin Lakes. That's the point. I've climbed several times. I thought that was an orange. It's a big mushroom. I showed Jenny. Probably shouldn't have picked it, but I did. There's a lower lake down there. We're about at the dam on the upper lake. Upper Lake. Looking north, now looking northeast. Sun going down, no, it's covered by clouds.
It is good to have my man home. And he did bring me some weird things.
Are we going to eat that toadstool?
No, because I don't know how to tell if it's poison or not.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it
I
is.
thought it was a grapefruit.
Well, I thought when
you
first came that maybe you had an orange or a grapefruit or something that you found along the trail and you were picking up garbage.
You notice how heavy it is?
Yeah.
It's full of water, isn't it?
It's weird.
You got a book?
I don't know if it has mushrooms in it. I'll have to look. I'm hoping it has
That hairy
that
thing
in it.
is weird now. Hold it over here closer.
Because the one book I have has grasses and different things in it, and it may.
It's a new look at Twin Lakes for dudes. My antenna up there. Nice and graveled. Now everybody and a dog can get in here. Cut down all the snags and the old trees where the birds live and peck and stuff. Forest Service is bird killers.